Welcome back. I'm Tom Foolery. With me is Bobby Narco.
Hey now.
All right, we have final game of the day for the open bracket, Game 7. What I love about tournaments is when you get your 4 versus 5 seed, Bobby. What can we do next? I mean, can it get better?
Right there next to each other in the rankings. One of them's going to be playing for a shot at the semifinals. The other one's going into the other half of the bracket. One of them's best they can finish is 5th.
You earn the right to take on Des Moines, or excuse me, not Des Moines, Diamond City Minions. Wow. I mean, this is a heck of a team going out of this game, getting to play on the reigning champs. And then the next team, if they unfortunately lose, they get to take on the Sirens of Savannah at 5 o'clock on Saturday. Right now, starting out River City this season, 6-2 in a competitive season sanctioned record. And Mob City Misfits undefeated, 6-0.
6-0.
This is setting up for quite the action.
This is Game 6 of the Open Division. I'm going to take you really quickly through the River City Riot roster. They are out of San Antonio, Texas. Wearing number 10 is Joe Hurt. Number 100 is Let Me Buy. Number 13 is Havoc Creeper. Number 1987 is Evelyn. Number 23 is Uptown Spunk. Number 26 is Ninja Kitty. Number 27 is Sam I Am. Number 35, Skull Crusher. Number 37, Lil Ugly. Number 5150, Alligator. Number 73, Big Ugly. Number 777, High Roller. And number 800, Abinator. Coaches for for River City Riot are Everlasting Quad Stopper, Clockwork Orangina, and Black and Blue Bell.
All right, now up for the Mob City Misfits out of Everett, Washington. Leading them out 0-0-0, Volschlager. Number 1-1, B. Moy. Number 1-4, McKillia. 1-7, Turbocharged. 1-8, Thompson. Number 2-3, Afro Jamurai. Number 2-4, Hater. 2-4-7, Miss Amerikill. Number 3, Lexi. 3-0-9, Raven Pitch. 4-1-1, Fistfight. 4-4-7, Lunatic. 5-0, Showtime. 7-0-0, Toe Jammer. 8-0-0, Bruno Scars. 8-1-6, Mousetrap. They are bench coached right now by Corey Ackles, Eva Dursey, Bombshell, and MF Chaz.
All right, our NSOs and referees today, we have Emma Goldmangle, Maya Culprit, Professor Murder, Pterodactyl, Wendy Blessing, Becken Hader, Accidental Doll, Damon Mistress, and Toxic Narcotic. And you want to take us through the referees, Tom?
Referees, head referee, Admiral Mayhem, Harry Pitfall, BMD, Zebroar, Tim the Ref, Steel City Kitty, Ref Metal, and Cheffery.
All right.
All right, actually want to give a shout out to our producer, George Carnage, sitting over here to our left. He's going to be feeding us all the key stats, keeping us up to date, make sure we keep this thing on the rails.
Right. Starting off for the green team, number 17 is Turbocharged.
And it looks like we got Joe Hurt up there for the River City Riot in purple. Oh, and busting forward first, that is Joe Hurt getting first lead jammer of the game.
One to beat at the top of the pack. Now the initial pass completed by Turbocharged.
Oh, and jetting out of the pack backwards with Joe Hurt and calls the jam off. Very quickly, 20 seconds in, and that's already one jam in the books.
We might run out of spaces on our score sheet at this pace.
That's right. So setting things up, this type set up bout right here. We got 8-1-6 up next. That will be Mousetrap.
And 777's High Roller.
All right, now everybody's squashing back to that jammer line.
Yep. Penalty box is empty. We have yet to have the first penalty in. We've only skated for 20 seconds.
Don't ask for it, Bobby. You know what's going to happen. Lead jammer now going to Mob City. 1 for 1 so far. That's what we want to see, an evenly matched bout. Now jumping into that River City Riot defense. Oof, holding the outside line.
Great job getting through, picking up all 5 points.
Oh, look at that, getting sandwiched and then spinning out. Great job.
Forearm penalty picked up by the River City Jammer, so this is going to be a power jam.
All right, stand by what he said. It was a beautiful job bouncing off 2 blockers and staying free, but unfortunately the forearm, not so legal. Oh, now it looks like River City Riot trying to race the pack and stay out in front.
Big hit by the pivot for River City. Tries to go backwards. Stopped by B. Moy. Great job.
I apologize. That was Big Ugly with the pivoting out there, doing a great job. Now getting another shove, knocking the jammer down. Calling for the troops to come back and going all the way back to the pivot line. That was a good job killing the end of that jam. Just as you thought another big pass would come, actually held him to 3 points.
Yeah, Mousetrap saw the other jammer getting out of the penalty box, saw High Roller getting back onto the track and said, all right, enough. So lead change, 15-4 in favor of Mob City. We've had 2 jams and we've had 2 lead changes.
All right, right now we got Joe Hurt going up against Toe Jammer. Toe Jammer for Mob City Misfits. Penalty box is empty.
We go. 80 wheels a-blazing.
Plenty of wheels out there. Body's already hitting the floor in this jam. Joe Hurt doing a good job leaning in as he got onto the line, using the power of this blocker leaning against him to stay in and gets lead jammer status.
Only a couple strides ahead of Toe Jammer.
Toe Jammer comes up quickly. Toe Jammer able to snag 1 point at the end. Great effort.
So first jam that both teams have scored.
So it looks like the referees are confirmed. We'll find out what comes up for River City. 1 point.
1 point apiece. So we've had 1 jam where one team led. We've had 1 jam where the other team led. We've had 1 jam that was a tie. 4 versus 5, my friend. You nailed it on the head.
All right, High Roller Krauts back further back from the line for the River City Riot.
And that's turbocharged. Second jam for both of these skaters.
Turbocharged already showing how fast the footwork is moving. That feet did not stop at all. Lead jammer status going to Mob City Misfits. Things slowing down there in the back stretch. Trying to get free is High Roller, finally able to do so.
Nice hit by the pivot. And they're going to get a track cut. Yes, indeed it did.
I don't believe he agrees, pointing back to the track, but got to sit down for 30 seconds. Great opportunity now for High Roller to try to inch back into this game. Right now down by 11 points. Gets free from the pack, able to hold the outside line and get away as the recycle was coming.
All 5 points. This jam's going to go the full 2 minutes. Turbo had lead before, and he went to the penalty box.
Delayed offense coming from the River City Riot, splitting up the pack, but the recycle getting strong there by Mob City.
Wow.
That is the name, turbocharged and hitting the afterburners, getting up and down for a big apex jump. That is living up to your name, getting released from the penalty box and then scoring those points.
2 hip checks by turbocharged at the back of the pack, just forcing people out of the way. But the third one forced him to the infield, and he's going to have to re-engage.
All right, well, that's Big Ugly taking a start over now for River City Riot. Took the hit to the outside, had to go to the back.
That's all 5 points for turbocharged.
That is what I call turbocharge. Already 10 points in the pocket after getting released from the penalty box. One exciting jump, and now looking for more. Oh, Mob City, that defense, the recycle coming back up, getting in front of Big Ugly.
Nice job by turbocharged getting low, but we got an illegal procedure call. So it's going to be a power jam for Mob City, for River City. And that'll spill over into the next jam.
Yeah, now it's Fist Fight doing one final knockout there on Big Ugly and getting that jam to come to conclusion, but not before 5 points were picked up.
There you go. So 15-30, a true 2-1 margin on the scoreboard. Fist Fight doing yeoman work today. Also skated in the female division just about an hour and a half ago.
High five for being tougher than I.
Yeah.
Playing both circuits, both brackets. That's a tough margin, but these skaters praying for this. They've been training all year, and this is the big event to play.
Actually, several skaters on Mob City were on that Seattle team.
Still noting they're all tougher than I am.
Jammers right now are Alligator and Turbocharged. Turbocharged in the penalty box. Alligator, the only jammer on the track, already in the backstretch. Brisk tempo. A lot of fast skating on this track.
All right, Joe Hurt giving a little push, holding the outside rope. Great job doing the matrix looking work.
Cut being sent in. Is it going to be adopted? It is.
It is.
That cut track is picked up, so this jam will go the full 2 minutes.
Slight delayed call, but that was beautiful work trying to hold it. Must have went out, but that was still great acrobatic effort. The turbocharge resets to the back.
Back block. Oh, and it's on turbocharged. Wow, rotating jammers in and out of the penalty box.
Also look like we got the pivot going to the box for a clockwise block, or back block, I'm sorry.
Pair of back blocks. All green at the top of the pack now, all blue on the outside line.
Laying in wait for that offense. Here they start flowing forward. Somehow Mob City was able to sift through that pretty well and now reorganize again with a 3 brace and 1 out in front. Interesting stride. They had a 3 brace with 1 out in front waiting to come up just to back them all up.
Turbocharged now out of the penalty box, looking to re-engage that 3 wall in the middle of the backstretch.
Yeah, that was Toe Jammer in front doing a great job bracing. Also getting some bracing help there by Lexi is
Wow.
Mob City.
Great inside. Found that line right through the pack. Went from the outside to the inside.
Star comes off the helmet. Looks like it's been passed. That's Joe Hurt now taking over Star for River City.
So we're only in jam number 5. We've already had 2 2-minute jams.
Yeah, that was Toe Jammer with the knockout there on Joe Hurt. I'm really starting to become impressed. This very organized Mob City defense, that recycle and that effort. I mean, they're almost jamming to get through the pack as fast as they are to stay in front. I love to see that effort. That's good, strong coaching. So credit goes to all the coaches there for Mob City.
Imagine the mob being organized.
Isn't the mob always organized?
Organized crime.
All right, so right now we got 21 minutes to go, 35 points on the board for Mob City. River City sitting with 15.
That's Mousetrap on the line for Mob City. And
I think it might be Havoc Creeper, number 13. It's hard to see. The numbers are not quite as clear on the jersey. We'll get clarification.
It's on the scoreboard. We got the clarification. And lead jammer goes to Mousetrap.
Mousetrap checking the helmet a couple times. Oh, great change of pace going out and then in. I thought he was going to jump and just ran right on through the inside. It's like, why jump if I can take 3 steps and accelerate?
We got an elbow. Some chicanery going on with the Star.
So it looks like we had the jammer reporting the penalty box. The pivot couldn't pick it up, so now the Star sitting on the infield. One of our SOs thankfully pulled it in. So power jam going to Mob City.
And the Havoc Creeper serving the penalty as the jammer, but without the spangled helmet cover.
And running through the inside, Mousetrap picks up all 5 points.
That's 4 point. They indicated no point earned.
Thank you, Bobby, for keeping me straight there.
Also, we'll get a little assist from George Carnage there. You saw it as well. Our ace producer this evening.
Oh, big hit. I believe that was Joe Hurt, but
Someone's
that is a forearm call.
Yep.
Spun out and got the jam to conclusion, but going to have to sit for 30 seconds.
Yeah. Knocked down a corner of that house of cards.
Very nice, very nice. So, 20 minutes ago, we have an official timeout. Now, don't forget to reach out to us. If you have any questions or anything you want to add about the action, hit to #Talk2JRDA.
This actually a team timeout charged to River City.
Switch over originally showed up as the official timeout.
Yep.
As I was saying earlier, don't forget to hit us up. #Talk2JRDA. Chat with us on Twitter. Don't forget to follow JRDA on Twitter using @JRDA_rocks. Now, we're doing the championships. You mentioned it earlier. That's going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have all the international people waiting for World Cup to start on Monday.
I know. 2 tournaments back-to-back, both major caliber. We got a championship and a World Cup all in 5 days.
Yeah, that's amazing. Now, don't forget, we're on WFTDA TV now. The World Cup will be broadcast on twitch.tv/WFTDA. Those games will be free, so make sure you stay tuned. Even if you happen to be going to work or doing something like that, maybe keep it on the background. Make sure you stay abreast of all the JRDA action.
Perfect opportunity to tell all the people in your workplace about the wonders of junior roller derby.
Your junior roller derby habit? Or your roller derby habit, because I don't care who's playing. I tend to watch it or listen to it in the background if I can.
High roller taking the line now for River City. Number 24 on the green team is Hader. I believe that's Hader's first appearance on the jammer line. Am I right, George Carnage? I'm getting the nod.
Well, don't be a hater, Bobby. Now trying to get free from the pack. Up front, high roller pushing on the front of the pack, and Hader breaks free first.
See you later, Hader. He's a skater. Sorry.
I'm just going to stay quiet and let you keep rolling with that because I got nothing to add.
I was trying to do something with Tater, but I don't know.
Either way. Oh, cut track is call on Hader.
So 2-minute jam.
Jam for the first time showed a lot of skill out there, but high roller just gets a bump from turbocharged jamming earlier, not playing defense.
Start pass. New jammer is purple 10.
Joe Hurt it is. Joe Hurt's been did a jam the first jam and then kind of started becoming a pivot all of a sudden and doing a great job. That is 5 points for River City.
And Joe Hurt gets credit for those points because he is wearing the star.
Because he earned them the hard way and now trying to get the next one, spinning around every blocker, all the spins.
So a second grand slam.
Interesting, Joe Hurt's just carrying a lot of speed, choosing to keep that into the pack. Oh, tries to jump around the outside, gets knocked out by Turbocharged.
Yeah, great hit, kind of staggered high roller. Joe Hurt.
Hayter back out of the box, Hayton down the back stretch. 4 more points.
We got some whistle bleed from the other track, making us think temporarily the jam was over. This is a forearm penalty on the Mob City pivot.
Yeah, Joe Hurt did a little pivot while on one toe stop, but now Hayter putting up points after getting released from the penalty box. Put points up 4, now it's just continuing on like he never left.
That 10 points ties the highest score of the game for River City. For River City.
High roller started as the jammer, now playing defense. Got a knockout there at the end on Hayter. All right, right now River City running their score up to 29 points, but Mob City able to stay ahead with Hayter's jam.
Slight scoreboard adjustment. Now it's showing 14 points for River City and 11. So it's 29 to 63. 800 is Bruno Scars. I believe that's Bruno Scars' first appearance on the jammer line. And boy,
take 1-3. Havoc Creeper back out there.
Whenever I see 12, I have to remember it's 13. Get a little bit of a jersey ride-up.
Yeah, the dark color on the bottom of the jersey makes it hard to see. They got the faded number, so we're doing the best we can. Sorry if we make mistakes.
Mob City loses a blocker to the penalty box. Lead jam has been awarded to Bruno Scars.
Calling the jam off as getting roughed up by the blockers.
2 points green, no points purple.
Calling from the behind, getting the call off, not giving up any points. They will take that. All right, here, a bunch of whistles.
That's behind us.
Oh, so close now. We have the female bracket taking on right behind us. We're up actually behind turn 4, looking down upon the track. Back behind us, looking down, is the other announcers calling out the other bracket. But thank you for staying tuned with us for the open game.
Open division. Jamming now is Toe Jammer for Mob City, going up against Alligator for River City.
Alligator, great name. Have had the opportunity to announce with an Alligator,
yes,
who's a phenomenal announcer as well from the Madison area.
See you later. Helmet covers in the infield.
Oh, and then having to go back to recover it. Toe Jammer now resets.
Little ugly in the penalty box for River City.
Great defense. That's Afro Jamurai out in front now, trying to do the lateral, staying in front of Alligator.
Whole bunch of skaters reporting to the penalty box now. I saw one back block, but there's 3 skaters reporting, so there are more referees on the track than skaters right now.
Joe Hurt with one last-ditch effort gets the hit there, knocking out the jammer. Toe Jammer going all the way to the back.
Lead jam finally established. That's Alligator picking up lead. Nearly a minute into the jam.
Joe Hurt one more time, getting another knockoff, then quickly switches into offense mode, unable to get away of Volschlager.
Tried to get down low, but Volschlager sat down and closed off that low line.
Yeah, sometimes everyone's like, you get low, but then all of a sudden the blockers can get that low too.
Get low too.
And you'll be in a little bit of trouble. But luckily, able to just get the knockout. We got 2 blockers standing right now for Mob City. 1 blocker standing for River City Riot in the penalty box. Still
waiting on the points on that last one. We have an official timeout now. 3 have come in for River City, so almost exactly a 2-1 margin in favor of Mob City, 65-32. About a quarter of the way through the game.
Quick math by you. Now don't forget, this is the last game here for the Open. Make sure you stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to have a lot more action. Oh, and then we still have a whole nother day on Sunday.
Yes, a lot more action on Sunday as well. Medal games on Sunday. All the finishing games are on Sunday.
All right, so tomorrow at 9 a.m., we're going to have Quad City taking on Tampa. And then at 11, we have California. We're still waiting for, unfortunately, the consolation team. The loss of this game will take on California at 11 a.m. So stay tuned. We'll have plenty more exciting action as teams are going to be fighting through the consolation bracket looking for a good seed. And meanwhile, we got the teams working on the winner's bracket. Right now, these two teams fighting for the right to take on Diamond City Miners.
So Mob City as the 5 seed, if they win this game, they're going to come out with an improved ranking.
They should indeed. They earned the right. So right now we got the number 4 and number 5 seed going. Right now with Mob City, right now with the advantage, and number 5 seed looking to put the early upset on here. 65 points to 32 with 15 and a half to go here in the first half.
Still lots of time, and with the physicality of the play and the relatively low-scoring jams, this is still anybody's game.
Oh, very much indeed. So right now, High Roller standing there having a nice little conversation with Mousetrap in the back. Like, we'll let the officials do their thing. We're going to have our own thing here back. Now they're looking serious again, getting up to the line. Look at a toe stop all day right out there on the pivot line, going old school style, making sure everybody stays behind.
Mousetrap picks up lead jam.
Oh, Jammer's tearing up the track, turning around his Mousetrap. Takes a good look at High Roller and calls it off.
Yeah, when the jammer in the lead is not the lead jammer, you're going to get a call off right away.
The jammer in the lead is not the lead jammer. I had to think about that one for a moment. Obviously, you're thinking hard, and right now, Joe Hurt going back out there for the River City Riot. We've seen be a steady pivot, but now getting back out there in the jamming rotation.
Got.
Don't be a hater. That's hater out there. Oh, Hater with a knockout, giving a hate early to Joe Hurt and being in the lead. Mob City has no problem killing time. The High Roller doing a little apex jump, trying to get out in front and put the pressure on Hater.
Yeah, trying to get Joe Hurt to chase it back to the backstretch.
There you go. Joe Hurt choosing to stay inside of the track so he doesn't get back in behind the blocker.
This is the initial pass here because of all the retrograde action.
Yes. Now Joe Hader in control, but no, I'm sorry, no lead jammer yet. I apologize.
There it is. Lead jam Joe Hurt.
Yeah, fans liking that action. We got a full array of people in the stands over to the left side on the backstretch.
Apex leap into a crowd. 3 points picked up by River City, no points picked up by Mob City. 30 points separate these teams.
Yeah, that was very fast-paced action, able to carry a lot of speed. And right now, it's been very interesting seeing. It looks like River City Riot. Most of the gentlemen have been jamming so far, which is interesting. Joe Hurt, we've seen a lot of High Roller already. Havoc Creeper did jump out there a few times and had success, might I add.
Yes. This is Abinator's second jam for, excuse me.
That was Bruno Scars out there jamming for the first time now.
I think it's Bruno Scars' second jam.
Okay. Thank you for correcting me.
I was trying to say it was Abinator's second jam, but I got the person wrong. River City losing their pivot.
Yeah, Joe Hurt was going around the outside, heard the whistle, started to skate out, and just looked at the jammer referee, and they were just pointing at him saying, "You're lead jammer."
Jam is called. That is a single point.
River City Riot now picks up 1 point, 12 minutes and 45 seconds or so here in the first half.
Or the jam ref was objecting. He's like, I object.
Well, either way, they'll take the 1 point. However, they need to kind of get a little bit more momentum going, sitting with 36-65. Now Toe Jammer's out there.
There you go. Is the Nostradamus effect. And Joe Hurt. Is that 2 in a row for Joe Hurt?
No.
3 in a row.
3 in a row.
3 jams in a row for Joe Hurt.
George Carnage keeping us under control here, keeping the key stats together. Toe Jammer works to the inside. Oh, great job sealing off that line there by the blocker.
Ooh.
What do you see? I see spins out in the front. Joe Hurt trying to get free. Finally gets free. Turbocharge tried to give a charge to him, but Joe Hurt stays in.
Yeah, whirling dervish.
Getting low. Toe Jammer. 1, 2, 3 hits. Fights off the 4th. Credit goes to that core strength, able to stay in bounds.
Yeah, I don't know how he did that.
Waterfall
crazy.
of hits all around the outside edge and stays in.
4 point pickup for River City. That's a 25-point game. look out. Here comes River City.
Lead 3 times in a row. On all three jams, lead 3 times.
Yeah, the last 3 jams, lead has gone to River City, and the last 3 jams are starting to mount a little bit of a comeback. 25 points separating these 2 teams. And right now, B. Moy stand at the line for Mob City. And then creeping up, High Roller. Very patient. B. Moy waited for the hole to open up and then hit it really quickly.
Is that Moy's first jam?
It looks like it is. Yes, indeed. Good call there, Bobby. And jam it. They will. Going around the outside, carrying a lot of pace. That's 5 points for Mob City.
New jammer for the purple team is number 70.
73. That's Big Ugly. Like I said, the numbers are hard to read because they're actually blended. But we're doing the best we can. So that was Big Ugly putting the pressure on, getting that jam called off.
So 9 points picked up by Mob City, no points picked up by River City. First time Mob City scored in a while, but they're back up to a 34-point lead.
That's the first time in 4 jams that they put points on. So Mob City trying to right the ship while River City's trying to keep momentum going. So Mob City's going to send Mousetrap out there next to take on Joe Hurt.
And, I don't even think you can build a better mousetrap.
I know it takes a long time, and you want to be the last person to put the piece in so you can fire off the mousetrap in the game.
Back block, who's it on? It is on the green jammer. That is the medicine that River City needs right now. Let's see if Joe Hurt can capitalize. Chip away at some of this 34-point lead.
Yeah, mousetrap going to sit down, going all the way back now towards turns 1 and 2. Gets a good run at it. Good juke. Gets around the outside. Lead jammer status.
Great pack play. Not all the hits have to be on the jammer. These skaters in the pack moving each other around with great strategic effect and impact.
Turbocharged with the little face block there. Gets the knockoff. Now jetting back. Doing a good job killing off this power jam. Because it's not like this has been fast-paced action. They're just slowly knocking them out, dragging them back slowly.
Just one scoring pass. Joe Hurt's still on the first scoring pass, and Mousetrap already out of the box. Mousetrap still has to complete his initial, and the jam gets called. 5 points picked up by River City.
Credit's got to go to the Mob City defense there, really knocking things around, making Joe Hurt work so hard and dragging him back slowly. It wasn't like, hey, rushing back real quick. Just slowly drew him back. And then the defense was back in front by the time he did get ready and get free.
Right, it was a shutout jam, but they worked awfully hard for those 5 points and took a considerable amount of time off the clock.
All right, now Hader back at the line. High Roller creeping up from behind, getting set. There they go.
Both jammers' names starts with an H and ends with an R.
Interesting facts that I learn every day. More often when I'm hanging out with Bobby Narco.
Observe it. High block is the call on the Mob City pivot.
All right, High Roller able to jet out backwards, gets lead jammer status for River City.
Illegal procedure.
I didn't see what the reason for was, but getting up and getting down, High Roller rolling them dice for a nice apex jump.
Coming in hot to the penalty box. No call.
High Roller gets low, carries on the speed. All right, I think we might have a big number. That's 2 passes. Now quickly coming around for a third.
Wow, look at that apex. Went as high as he went far.
Yeah, getting up and getting down with great control. Doesn't look like he lost any momentum or speed. Didn't even sweat it.
I think I saw his helmet over the top of this rail just briefly.
All right, so good wherewithal. So High Roller looks over, sees Hader standing in the penalty box, icing him, forcing to be out there for another jam.
Yeah, gonna get a power start for River City and picks up 15 points. That's a quarter of his team's score and brings the teams within 14 points. Not the high score for River City, 15.
Well, right now, all I know is 14 points is probably the closest it's been in quite a while. And guess who they're sending to the line? Joe Hurt.
Joe Hurt. George Carnage gave me the thumbs up. That 15 points is the highest jam for River City.
All right, it looks like River City not trying to help out Joe Hurt because they know Hader's getting released.
We got lead already as Joe Hurt.
All right, now looking to put points on the board. Hader pushing towards the front of the pack. Gets free.
Oh!
Skater goes down. Joe Hurt goes down over top. We want to make sure everybody's okay. Jam was called off due to a skater being down. It looks like everybody's up.
That might have been called off. That might have been called off. The skater that came
Might have,
careening in.
But I'm just glad to see we saw skaters go down. Everybody got up and returned to
Yeah.
their benches. Thankful we don't want to see any
Amen.
injuries, and it's been a great weekend so far. It's been a lot of good skating. Haven't seen really any injuries.
So Purple does not have any skaters out on the track, which leads me to believe there's going to be a stoppage of play coming shortly.
Well, there's a stoppage play right now. We have the official timeout.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be shocked if it's chased by a team timeout.
14 points separating these two teams. That's another 0-0 jam. George, is that our second scoreless jam of the game? Third?
Quick tabulations coming in.
Second scoreless jam of the game.
All right, George, doing great work. Thank you, sir. Carnage, right now, JRDA Championships. You're watching live 2018 Junior Roller Derby Championship Associations all weekend on WFTA.tv. Stay tuned all weekend for 2 tracks of action from the Open Division, which you're watching now, to the Female Division, hosted by JRDA and Philly Roller Derby. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of this.
Yeah, we're here at the marvelous Sportsplex in just outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in Feasterville, Pennsylvania.
It is Feasterville, the home of East Coast Derby Extravaganza every year, which I believe has been the 11th year so far.
Yeah, going all the way back to 2007. 12th year.
Thank you for correcting me.
2007 was in March. There was a snowstorm, and I sang the national anthem to start the whole tournament off.
One of the many talents of Bobby Narco, I have learned he is a brilliant singer.
Aw, shucks.
Trust me, we won't make him do it on the microphone live, but he's also a pretty good commentator, too. So thank you for being here with me.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Tom Foolery. And our tournament head announcer is Albie Dam. He selected the Cracker Jack crew that we have here.
I you were about to say crack crew. I was like, no, Cracker Jack's probably closer to right. Half of us are nuts, and the rest of us are all sticky.
A little corny.
Yeah, there you go. So we can get clarification on what's going on with this official timeout. I haven't seen it switch to an official review. It's just still official timeout. We see head ref Admiral Mayhem giving some updates to the coaches. Now, if you're enjoying Junior Roller Derby Championships, don't forget we have the cups that are being played for WFTDA. We have the Continental Cups coming up. Also have playoffs, which will start August 31st through September 2nd in beautiful A Corona, Spain.
A Coruña.
Yes.
By As Brigantillas, the host league.
Yes, very much indeed. And then we also head to Atlanta, Georgia for our second playoff hosted by the Atlanta Roller Girls on September 21st through the 23rd. Finally, our 2018 International WFDA Championships will be hosted by the Big Easy Roller Girls in November 9th through November 11th. Now, if you want to have an exciting time and enjoy roller derby and go to one of the most fun places in the world, check out New Orleans, Louisiana for tickets. Check them out at WFTDA.com/tournaments.
In addition to that, we've also got some Continental Cups. You mentioned them briefly. The Continental Cups are going to be in Kalamazoo, Michigan. That's going to be the third weekend of August. And then immediately on the heels of that in Omaha, Nebraska, Continental Cup, the other North American Continental Cup. And then there's a European Continental Cup the last weekend of October in Birmingham, England.
Yeah, that'd be exciting. I've heard a lot of teams excited trying to raise money to get over to Europe. I know a bunch that are going over to Spain. I wish them all the luck. It's exciting seeing the game not necessarily become international, but go international. Now you have people going and experience all the other culture of these other leagues.
Oh, yeah. Roller derby, well, all of the other World Cups this year have been in Europe. The Women's World Cup was in Manchester, England in February. The Men's World Cup, the MRDA World Cup, was in Barcelona, Spain in April. I had the great good fortune of being able to work both of those. This is my third World Cup this year.
That is awesome, Bobby Narco. When I grow up, I'm going to be just like you.
You'll never grow up, Tom Foolery. You'll never grow up.
I don't want to grow up. Also, the problem is I haven't grown up since I was about 17, and I'm not the tallest person to start with. I'm still looking for that last growth spurt.
Speaking of a little ugly, the jammer for River City out there.
Just because you're saying facts doesn't make it right. All right, so yeah, Mousetrap out there having a little conversation. We're waiting for everything still to get squared away. We see Admiral Mayhem over there talking to River City Riot bench, so they must not be happy about something, getting some extra clarification. So we're going to continue on. Thank you once again for listening to us here on the stream at WFTA.tv. Just have an interruption with 6:18 to go here.
We are having a pivot report to the penalty box.
That's Alligator.
I'm going to run down and see if we have foul out, if that might be why. If they might have called that was an egregious when that apex into the pack that precipitated this whole jam call off.
Well, I think we'll get clarification when the time comes. Right now, I think we're actually going to get back to the action. See, the referee's actually dispersing around the track.
They took the pivot cover off.
So Admiral Mayhem come right over here in front of us. The penalty box here is in turn 4. We're sitting actually between turns 4 and 3, looking down upon it. Admiral Mayhem came over and said, hey, take the cover off. You're allowed to keep that. You're just going to sit in the penalty box. So 4-on-3 advantage going to go to the Mob City Misfits.
Who was that was the jammer? Was that Joe Hurt that made that apex leap that precipitated this long official timeout?
Yes, it was. We'll just make sure and get clarification because jamming for the first time, I believe, is a little ugly to start this jam.
Oh, what a move on the inside.
Credit's got to go to the blockers. They open that hole up, and without hesitation and a big smile, Mousetrap taking lead jammer.
Flashing the All About Derby stand as he went by.
Got to get your cheese on when you're out in front. And now working your way through around the outside. That is Mousetrap.
All 5 points.
You know, a little ugly still driving to the front, gets knocked off to the inside. That was number 3.
Yeah, great block by
Lexi.
Lexi
once again holding the inside line, getting back up from fist fight.
Oh, cut track being called on Little Ugly. So another 2-minute jam.
No, actually, that was called on Mousetrap.
Yes.
Little Ugly still out there on the power jam, trying to get free. Met on the inside. Big hit, 000. Volschläger.
Star pass. New jammer number 73. Big Ugly.
Big Ugly's been to pivot a lot, taken several stars, and had success once getting the star.
So Little Ugly to Big Ugly. And again, another nice hit by Lexi.
It's always nice to come on the call on the big brother to take the star. Big Ugly's been doing a great job bailing out jammers so far in this game.
Lexi moving jammers around like she's born to do it.
Tough as nails being that point of that defense now, trying to brace out in front. Finally getting free, Big Ugly.
Mob City losing a blocker to the penalty box. That's Wurschläger. Now
Little Ugly reporting for River City.
Each team with one skater in the box. Pack is even but diminished.
Mousetrap has been back out there working on it, finally finishing that pass, picking up 5 points.
Illegal position is the call on purple skater 650. Do we have a purple 650? No.
5150, is that Alligator?
Could be. Oh, no, it's 37. No?
Little Ugly was already sitting in penalty box, picked up a penalty. We'll get clarification as time comes on.
I want to do it right. It's frustrating when I don't do it right.
I understand. We do have 2 blockers in the box there for River City. We have 1 sitting down for Mob City, so.
Yeah, that is Alligator. You were right. Jammers are number 700 on the green team. That's Toe Jammer. And 777 is High Roller.
High Roller betting big, getting out very quickly.
Nice.
Oh, no, that was definitely called. 309, Raven Fitch with the big knockout.
Low block call on the River City pivot. 4 points picked up. Where are they going?
Jammers got close together. Jam refs got close together. One spin and the other one out, but luckily they both got back up. No problem.
17-point game, 67 chasing 84. River City chasing Mob City. 3 minutes and change left in the first half. So even with that big 6-minute official timeout, this half has kind of flown by.
It has, but that's because I think we've seen some very fast-paced jammer action, and as you see that happening, it just happens so fast you get sucked up into it. You know, Jammers so far have shown great ability to actually move so quickly around the track. Bruno Scars.
Lead jammer for Mob City. And high roller.
Wonderful footwork. That was number 14, McKillia, giving all the business, able to do a reverse spin.
Wow.
Was that a split and a call-off at the same time?
And a great hip check forcing the call-off.
The teammates having a great job. Pivot coming over, get a big hug and a high five. That was awesome. McKillia's like, good job. Did the split, got the call-off, no damage done.
Still a 17-point game.
Sami Am at the line. That's a new name we haven't seen much.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen that at the jammer line. George Carnage confirming.
Hater out there as well.
Little chicanery.
Yeah, Alligator jumps out and snags that
I don't
star.
know if we've seen Allie jam. Allie's been doing a lot of blocking, but I don't know if we've seen her out on the jammer line. Lead jam's gone to Hater.
All right, getting free. Alligator did jam earlier. We got confirmation from George Carnage, and now breaking free from the pack with a scoring pass.
Only the second jam for Alligator, and 4 points picked up by George Carnage. They are sitting on 88.
Quick clarification, George Carnage is tracking the point. That was Hater who picked up the point. George Carnage is our producer. He did pick them up, but he was writing them down on the sheet next to us.
But they're going to get credited to Mob City.
Mob City earned them. Come on.
There you go.
All right, so how we're sitting is 67, 88, 20. 1 point separating these two teams.
4-11 is the green jammer. That is Fist Fight. 7-7-7 is High Roller. Fist Fight picks up lead jam for Mob City.
Yeah, High Roller dragged to the back. Oh, and Turbocharge jetting back even further.
Nice job at the top of the pack, isolating that River City blocker. Making it easy for Fist Fight to get around. Call off the jam. 5 points picked up.
Couple jabs, get the point, get out. Fist Fight doing a great job now, extending the score 93-67. Coming down 30 seconds and counting down, enough time for one more jam. River City would really like to probably get one jam back here to get a little bit of momentum because Mob City's been building the last two jams now.
Mousetrap going to be donning that helmet cover with the star on it for Mob City.
Little Ugly just throws it on as well for River City Riot. And flying off goes the pivot helmet cover for River City Riot.
Just in the nick of time, lead jammer goes to Mousetrap.
Big hit by Raven Fritz there, knocking out Little Ugly.
Nice block at the back of the pack by the pivot number 11, B. Moy.
B. Moy staring right down a Little Ugly right at the line, watching him come in.
That's a 5-point pass for Mousetrap. Direction of play is the penalty on purple, so if Mousetrap passes one skater, then then Mob City's up over the century mark, and it is halftime. Let's see if these points come in.
Yeah, looking at clarification from the jam refs. Always glad to see them conferring to make sure to get it right.
1 point should get you two, and two should put you at the century mark. There was one in the box. I don't think you can get one.
Well, Roy can get clarification, but either way, we're at halftime. Bobby, we had exciting half. We got 99-67. Right now, number 5 seed ahead of the number 4. That's what we want to see when we have these close bouts like this where the seedings are right next to each other.
3-2 margin showing on the scoreboard. Get yourself something to drink out of the refrigerator. Get yourself a little snack. Come on back here in about 9 minutes and change for the second half.
That we will. Thank you very much. All right, welcome back to the action here. Second half coming up between number 5 seed Mob City Misfits taking on number 4 seed River City Riot right now. 99 points for Mob City, 67 River City. Close game, but looking like an upset.
Yeah, an upset in the making. These teams are very, very close. Just looking at the high scores, the high score for Mob City with 14 points, number 816 Mousetrap at jam number 6. And then for River City, the high score with 15 points in jam number 16. That's a High Roller.
All right, now penalty situation. I went down and checked the board. We did get clarification. Joe Hurt was expelled from the game due to what was deemed an egregious hit. There are 3 players on the River City Riot with 3 penalties. That's Havoc Creeper, Little Ugly, and Alligator. Meanwhile, the Mob City Misfits doing pretty well. 1 skater with 3, and that's turbocharged. So we're set up for a second half right now. Mob City playing a little cleaner and in the lead. We'll see if that changes in the second half. High fives being shared there between High Roller and number 700, Toe Jammer. They're ready to go.
Lots of sevens on the line, 4 sevens and 2 zeros out there on the Jammer line.
Who threw them zeros in there? Then again, I guess there's only 4 sevens in a deck, so it all depends how we're playing. Then again, I guess there's no zeros here.
You could call the 10. Maybe the 10 could be a zero.
There you go. Well, referees aren't quite ready yet. They're kind of mulling around, so we'll make sure we get clarification from the Jam ref. So
I'm still waiting for that extra point to be tacked onto Mob City. I think they should have ended the first half at 100. Sorry.
All right, so now the winner of this game moves on to play Saturday at 1 p.m. against Diamond City. And then, unfortunately, the loser will come back, but they're going to play at 5 p.m. tomorrow and take on the Sirens of Savannah. So it should be pretty exciting. Little hip check there with the teammates. Everybody's out there having fun. That's one of the things you saw at half, and every time you go in there change, you see a lot of high fives. Yeah. Good camaraderie here at JRDA. Love seeing that, seeing the jammers share a little moment before every jam.
You see that little brief exhibition of exuberance, and you're like, oh, yeah, these are juniors. This whole first half, the hits have been so hard. The roller derby action has been so good. Sometimes you forget you're watching juniors.
Well, then the best part is you realize how skilled these players are.
Interesting.
We have a handful of skaters skating around the outside, so I don't know if there's something that they need to clarify or if they're looking at the track or something. So
just keeping themselves loose.
That indeed. So we're going to have a little extra delay. Now, don't forget, if you have anything you want to share or you have any questions, hit us up at #TalkToJRDA. Got questions about the awesome action or whatever you're seeing this weekend, hit it up. Use the hashtag #TalkToJRDA to chat with us on Twitter. And don't forget to follow JRDA on Twitter using @JRDA_rocks. Now, today, tomorrow, Sunday is the championships. And then Monday and Tuesday, we're taking as international for the World Cup. Bobby Narco, I'm extremely excited to see all these teams coming in I'm not as familiar with. But you know the game internationally is just growing, so I'm waiting to see which team's ready to jump up and make a name for themselves.
Yeah, 2 European teams made the trip all the way across the pond out here. England, or Great Britain, I believe they're going to be. And then Team Europe. Here at the venue, they have jerseys from each team that you can enter a lottery to win. And the Team Europe jersey has the EU flag as the inspiration. It's blue with gold stars.
You mentioned the European team. Now, let's not forget we have an Australian team
here. Yeah. They crossed an even bigger pond.
Yeah, so, well, they came across the other way.
Oh, okay.
Different pond.
Right. A pond and a continent.
That sounds about right. So right now we're just waiting things to get back ready. We jumped back in. It looked like we were ready to start, but now the skaters are all warming up again. This is the final game on the track here for the open bracket. We still have a game that's getting ready to start behind us on the female bracket, so stay tuned. If this wraps up, switch on over, get more JRD action. And then we're going to be back here at 9 a.m. tomorrow for the open division, so stay tuned. Check out where your team's going to play.
Yeah, that's going to be Quad City against Tampa at 9 a.m. And they are playing for a chance for 5th. So conceivably, one of these teams could meet the winner of that for the 5th place position.
And I stand corrected. The loser of this game will end up, because this is Game 6, will end up playing California at 11 a.m. That will be Game 8.
Yes, the California Mayhem tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. I wonder if it's a scoreboard issue?
Yeah, we have the head referee and of the game coming in double-checking with the scorekeepers.
I apologize. We had to reboot the Java process. I wanted to make sure you guys don't lose connection to the overlay.
Thanks.
That's tournament head ref Ria Culpa giving us the down low, how to work on computer systems, doing computer things.
Yeah, stand by for technical difficulties. But it looks like we are squared away. Want to make sure that you viewers at home could continue to enjoy the action here.
Well, it looked like our system stayed up. It was more or less the system down there. We want to make sure they keep all them scores tracked properly. Professor Murder jumping on the track and then jumping back off. That is our jam timer today. He's ready to go. So are the skaters.
He is a hoot. Toe jammer, high roller, same jammers as before. Here we go.
However, I did thoroughly enjoy Professor Murder skating out there, one of the smoother skaters I've ever seen for a referee, but not quite as smooth as 700 toe jammer breaking free.
We got a track cut called on the River City jammer, so this is a power jam from Mob City.
So that's high roller sitting down. Ooh, toe jammer takes a hit up high, slides down, but quickly back up. Oh, just in case, recycling back. Toe jammer not taking any unnecessarily chances.
All 5 points. That will definitively put Mob City up into triple digits.
You are correct. 104 calls the jam off, icing the jammer in the box. High roller going to sit. And with the scream, Bruno Scars now with a hug, giving a hug to teammate B. Moy. And now we have skaters being called off. We have an official review being called by River City. Just when you thought we were going to be jamming in all the action, we have a couple breaks in the action.
We're jamming. We're not jamming. Soon.
All right, so far this day has been pretty awesome so far. We got to see the Sirens of Savannah come out with a win over Quad City at 11 a.m. Philly Roller Derby playing the first game of the day, put on a show. First time picking up a win here at Championships. Was able to pull out a win against California Mayhem. And then continuing on in the winner's bracket, we had the Sirens of Savannah taking on Diamond City Miners, where Diamond City was able to progress on, and they'll be playing tomorrow. Right now you have River City Riot playing Mob City Misfits for the right to face the Diamond City. And earlier on, we had Des Moines play Tampa Bay. They're going to follow on through. They're going to play in the winner's bracket, taking on the Attack Pack, who was able to just barely pull out a win over Philly. So that is the winner's bracket. Now jumping down into the consolation, we still have California, Quad City, Tampa, Philly, and Sirens waiting to figure out who to play. So if you haven't found it, look online at the bracket. There's exciting stuff to be had.
That's the open division. Can you give us an update on the female division?
I don't know if we have the updates in our book.
Or are we going to have to steal their book?
Correct. This is the book that we've been keeping ourselves, which have it all on there. And I'm quickly trying to turn pages and find it.
It'll be in front of the open division.
I'm working on it. My booking skills are not doing so great. No, we did not fill out the female division bracket since we're here at the open table, but we do have the open bracket because that's what we're doing.
Sure.
Stay tuned. Looked online for the female bracket. There's been some exciting games over there. I was part of a game that went down to the final jam. Oh, that's all you can ask for. Now getting released into the pack.
Official review is over. I don't see any change of personnel in the penalty box.
And the score looks the same as well. And that official review was lost, so River City no longer with the official review.
Whatever it was.
All right, we have jammer released from the box. That looks like high roller there for River City.
Bruno Scars calls off after one scoring pass, picks up all 5 points.
There you go, 109-67. So Mob City, 2 quick jams, able to extend the lead. River City needs to try to find something, change things up. They get a little bit more momentum going.
Yeah, we got trouble right here in River City with a capital T and that rhymes with P. No, it stands for, I don't know.
Stands for something. A little ugly, giving a little high five to Turbocharge. Both of them getting ready to start the next jam. 4-on-3 advantage going to Mob City.
Oh, nice move on the inside, but the door is closed. Nice blocking by number 35 on the purple team, Skull Crusher.
You shall not pass on the inside.
Try the outside? Nope, you shall not pass on the outside either. There it is.
Yeah, High Roller was able to get a knock to the outside, but a quick reset by Turbocharge.
You got a power jam. Didn't see the call. Oh, it's illegal contact is the call on the jammer.
Turbocharge goes to the outside. Oh, hits the brakes and resets. Great skating ability to able to slow down so fast and then re-hit the jet again.
4-point pass. Oh, no, that was upgraded to a 5-point pass. Saw the jammer in the penalty box.
Great offense coming forward, and just in case Turbocharged gets up to get out of the way, in case High Roller even thought about getting a block in there.
Mob City really starting to run away with it. River City's going to have to start piling on the points soon.
I was really impressed with how quick and how short those toe stops were moving there for Turbocharged. Didn't take big steps, but just kind of tiptoed his way through.
Tiptoe on your toe stops.
Very much so now. Everybody engaged in between turns 1 and 2, crawling out the back.
Really densely packed. Heading into the backstretch. Starts to open up a little bit.
Turbocharged, fights off the hit, but eventually goes off, chooses to shut down this jam. 4 more points for Turbocharged.
Another big block by Skull Crusher there, forcing the call off. 18 points is the highest jam of the game. And that was Turbocharged.
And that was just at the time. That's 3 jams in a row now by Mob City, extending a lead coming into the half. Right now, we're back out there. Havoc Creeper at the line. Haven't seen them since early in the first half. Now taking on 816 Mousetrap. Mousetrap driving forward. One more blocker to beat. Recycle comes forward. That's Alligator in the front. Getting low, knocking down the jammer.
Got a track cut on Havoc Creeper, so there's going to be a power jam for Mousetrap. 2 power jams in a row. Is it 2 power jams? 3 power jams in a row?
Well, I can definitely tell you one thing. That shake of the head didn't agree with the call, but either way, got to sit down. Mousetrap able to get by the last blocker. Setting up here in the front stretch right around where the pivot line is, or excuse me, the jammer line is.
River City hasn't scored this half.
Mousetrap ended up running over a blocker. Glad to see everybody getting up. Good job of being able to avoid the down skater.
Each team losing a skater to the penalty box. Skaters briefly reporting to the wrong side. They do a little switch.
All right, now Havoc Creeper released from the penalty box. No points picked up. 4 more picked up there by Mob City. Right now, it has been a storm to the front. River City, I don't believe, has put up any points in the second half yet. And Mob City now up to 142.
Yeah, those 14 points there ties the second highest jam of the game for Mob City.
Yeah, correct. No points on the board for River City. Still sitting at 67 points, looking to get things opened up and maybe get something changed.
43-0 run for Mob City this half.
Yeah, High Roller at the line, trying to work around the outside. Jets to the front. There you go. First lead jammer for the second half for the High Rollers.
River City losing a skater on a multiplayer block.
Mob City setting out front. Going down to the outside, getting low. High Roller spins out with 1 call off for 4 points.
Hey, first points of the half for River City, and it makes it a true 2-1 margin. 71 times 2 is 142.
Somehow I knew you weren't going to miss that.
You even gave me the, you got it.
Yep, there you go. So right now with 23:45 to go here in the final game of the day here of day 1 at JRDA Championships 2018. We have Mob City, the number 5 seed, looking to get the upset rolling over River City, who is the 8th seed.
High Roller there on the jammer line for River City. Mob City sending Hater to the line. 2
Good.
lead jams in a row.
Yes, that was strong footwork, driving forward, but you actually could see leaning in with the feet as he was leaning on blockers to get free. That's 2 in a row.
Nice apex leap to clear the pack on the initial pass for number 24, Hater.
Yeah, throwing the hips into the pack, picking up 2 points and calling it off.
So here comes River City.
Yeah, they're trying to get things going. That's 2 jams in a row, but they would like them to have been multiple passes, but they got enough to at least get on the board here in the second half. Maybe this ball will start rolling with some momentum. And they send Havoc Creeper back out there to take on Turbocharged. Turbocharged hasn't jammed a ton, but every time he has been very effective.
Quite effective. Love to see that 17 out there on the line. Lead jam goes to Turbocharged.
Ask and we shall receive. Turbocharged paying it out now, looking, come around for a scoring pass, comes in backwards.
Mob City losing a skater to the penalty box.
Yeah, it looks like
Losing
having
two.
some trouble with the skates. I don't know if anything happened, if he lost a toe stop or something. Checking it right now. All right, good to see he's okay. I just saw him trying to get up and just couldn't do it, so I was guessing a defect in the skate somewhere. We'll see how long before he gets back out there.
Nothing. Kind of squandered that opportunity because they're going to be starting with a pack disadvantage of 2 skaters. They had lead gem. They gave that up.
Well, you know, if you have your skate not working correct, you don't want to take a chance
True
of
enough.
giving up anything big. So shutting it down.
Or hurting yourself.
Even better. But, you know, they're in the lead right now. They have some time they could potentially spare. High roller trying to get out, but not before the jammer, toe jammer. Another blocker reporting to box from Mob City.
They are in the queue.
Toe jammer tiptoes out the front, gets the 4 points, and with a hop, there goes high roller as well.
And now Fist Fight's going to have to report to the penalty box.
So 3-on-2 advantage. Toe jammer overcomes that.
Fist Fight sees the reinforcements.
Keeping it going, matching points. High roller's doing everything he can to keep up with Toe Jammer, who's looking to get control of this jam. Great offensive blocking by the blocker, sealing the inside, sealing the outside. Little slalom move, and there you go, full pass.
Fist Fight took her time reporting to the penalty box, was able to finish the jam and report at the very end. And I think that Quad Stopper's not very happy about that.
Bruno Scar standing at the line right next to Have a Creeper. Have a Creeper jumping out and jamming a little bit more here in the second half, maybe trying to change things up a little bit. 81-153, River City trying to get back into things. Stepping around the outside, Havoc Creeper.
Wreaks havoc, creeps on up.
Have a Creeper sent to the outside hard. That was number 14.
Good recovery. See the blocker that knocked her out went down, so able to capitalize on that. 4-point pass.
Yeah, was able to take momentum and spin.
3-point pass.
Complete pass. Oh, coming in hard, but getting right into the chest of a blocker. Havoc Creeper now got the recycle of the blockers in front. Mob City getting some help from friends. Goes down. Initial pass completed there as
Mob City bench goes apoplectic trying to get the call off.
And the word of the day goes to Bobby Narco.
Apoplectic.
You may want to explain that to our viewers in case not everybody knows that term.
Nuts.
Yep.
It went crazy.
Just saying, using big words. Not all of us know what they are. I use the crowd as my excuse to learn today.
High roller number 777 out there on the jammer line, but we have a timeout. Mob City timeout. 153-89. 19 left on the game clock.
All right, so we saw the game before this. Diamond City throwing it down. They are the returning champs and made a decisive win against the Sirens of Savannah. So I'm really excited to see how things crank up tomorrow because the winner's game gets to face them. And right now these two teams have shown us that defense is the word, but the jamming has been very impressive. The athleticism of the jammers has been great. But I've also seen a handful of blockers jump the apex to get involved. So not due to lack of effort, they just aren't allowed to jam because they're too good at blocking.
Penalties have been, for the most part, nice and low. I think we're starting to see an uptick in penalties in the second half, but it's not dramatic. But I think the major difference is in jammer penalties. I think Mob City's done a better job keeping their jammer out of the penalty box than River City has.
That is definitely true. We've seen a bunch of that, but despite the effort, River City's still making a run. High roller at the line right now, getting ready to take on a mousetrap.
64 points separate these two teams.
Oh, look at the run and the spin by High roller. We have a skater down.
It's the jammer for...
Yeah, it looks like my mousetrap's down here right in front by the jammer line. So the EMTs are coming out. Take a look. Well, thank you once again for staying tuned here for JRDA Action Championships here in Feasterville. Right now we're taking a little break. We had a skater go down. The EMTs are talking to the skater. Skater is at least sitting up and using hands to communicate. So hopefully that's a good sign. See the skater get back up and get off. Oh, there you go, up to the feet. Looks like that was Mousetrap who got knocked down. And EMTs are out, and the coaches are out there looking at him.
Glad to see that face mask, because in the first 30 seconds, Mousetrap was face down on the ground. So glad to see that there was something separating Mousetrap's face from that sport court.
Yeah, maybe accidentally hit the jaw or something. But going over to the bench, coaches are keeping an eye on him. We will make sure that we see if he comes back. We'll let you know. But hopefully all is well. We don't see anybody getting hurt here on this exciting weekend of JRDA action. We understand roller derby is a rough sport, and fortunately people do get hurt. But hopefully everybody's okay. High roller takes a roll on the inside, gets knocked back.
Picks up a forearm.
Well, there goes that.
Yeah, high roller had lead jammer before that last jam got called off. This time picks up a forearm. Lead jam goes the other way. Hater
out in front. We're going to put some hate points on the board.
Yeah. Spite points.
That was a beautiful little hockey stop slide, and then was able to jet right back forward.
Uptown Spunk, 23 on the green team. Afro Jamarai opening up that hole.
Afro Jamarai, famous. Seen them on some of the commercials for our WFDA tournaments. Sponsored skater.
Afro Jamarai, also one of the skaters skating in both divisions at the Junior Roller Derby Association Championships.
More awesomeness for us to view.
4-point pass. Total of 14. So three-way tie for the second highest jam of the game for Mob City.
Raven Fritsch dragging back the jammer. High roller gets another knockout and just gladly standing in the back.
And now that's the highest jam of the game.
Yeah, Mob City able to start getting some more separation here. More consistent so far in the second half with getting out in front and scoring. It looks like a little tougher scoring coming from River City. We're going to send a new jammer to the line, I believe. That is 35, Skull Crusher.
Yeah, I don't think we've said that name. George, what do you got for us? Yep, George confirms. First time Skull Crusher has been out on the jammer line this game.
If you're just joining us, George Carnage is our producer over here, keeping track of everything. Right now, Turbocharged driving to the front of the pack. Oh,
nice
ditch to the outside.
Big hit by 79? No, 70-something.
Yeah,
73, Big Ugly.
Luckily, our photographer down there was able to pull the legs back, get out of the way. Didn't want to get part of the action, just take a shot of it.
Lead jam goes to Turbocharged.
Skull Crusher still trying to find a way out of the pack, coming in here into the front stretch. Recycle comes from all the blockers on the Mob City side. Oh, Mob City blocker knocks Skull Crusher over another one of their own blockers, but luckily everybody gets up.
Sweet spin by Turbocharged, getting through that 2-wall at the top of the back, picking up all 5 points. Great Jonathan Colton song called Skull Crusher Mountain. A little nod to Skull Crusher, but Skull Crusher no longer the jammer for the purple team. Star has been passed to 3-5.
Alligator.
All
right, so right now big hit at the end by the Big Ugly. Gets that jam kind of called off as Turbocharged chooses to shut it down, but damage has been done. Mob City continuing to extend that lead.
177 to 89, 1 point shy of a 2-1 margin. If Mob City had one more point, they would double up River City.
Havoc Creeper at the line right now, getting ready to take on Bruno Scars.
Here we go.
Bruno Scars just tiptoeing on them things, driving forward, trying to get them toe stops and moving. Gets a push from behind from her blockers and free from the pack. All right, Havoc Creeper still trying to find a way through. Now just has a blocker sitting right on top, not giving any space at all. That's McKillia working with Raven Fritsch. Coming back is High Roller.
New jammer for the purple team, number 777.
High roller now
High
taking the star
roller.
after getting the knockout, but we know Mob City's going to be patient. They don't mind waiting a little bit. Bruno Scars jumps back in.
Oh, nice move on the inside to complete the initial pass.
Yeah, able to slide so quickly and then hits the toe stop and hops forward.
2 more points picked up by Mob City. Looks like 3. 3 points picked up by Mob City, so 89 to 180. Now, if River City had 1 more point, it would still be a 2-1 margin.
Never failing to do the math quickly, Bobby Narco. Now, don't forget, the winner of this game does take on Diamond City at 1 p.m. tomorrow. And then we have Game 6, which this is, will go ahead and take on the loser. Will take on California at 11 a.m.
Sam I Am on the line for River City. Hayter on the line for Mob City. You are watching the 2018 Junior Roller Derby Association Championships Open Division on WFTDA.tv.
All right, big pack there in between turns 1 and 2. Getting a knockout now, dragging Hayter back to the pivot line.
Great job by number 3 at the top of the pack there, Lexi.
Oh, and they get the penalty call on the jammer. That is a cut track power jam going to Mob City.
Nice block there by number 97 on the purple team. There is no 97 on the purple team. Boy,
that
those numbers are hard to read.
27, I believe.
27, yeah. Sam I Am.
No, I apologize. That's a little ugly on the back of the jersey. I'm trying to figure out.
37. We got the 7. We could see the 7, no problem. New jammer of the green team, number 411, Fist Fight.
Trying to go through the inside line. Oh, and bowling the way through. Fist fight.
Yeah, just moving people around.
Not afraid to be aggressive. Obviously, the name Fist Fight comes to mind. Oh, little spin out move. Nice hit there on the outside. And then good coordination with B. Moy. That was Hayter who actually put the hit on after passing the star.
5-point pass.
I love to see the star pass that jammer finally get in there and get in the mix and make something happen after they pass the star.
Nice job forcing the jammer to the infield by 73. Big Ugly.
All right, looks like we got Hayter reporting to the penalty box. Did pass the star off, so. Jam comes to conclusion. I see 2 points being picked up there by Fist Fight on that last pass.
And that star was passed to Alligator right there at the very end. Well, Alligator gets credit for receiving the star.
All right, Skull Crusher back at the line, jamming for the second time. Bringing in the new recruits as the game comes down to a close here, giving more jammer opportunities. Now, don't forget, you also need to start thinking, you still have a chance to get back in this game, or maybe you're looking to look at tomorrow and make sure you keep people refreshed, or you're just tiring all the jammers out because this Mob City defense has been brutal.
Yeah, it's 96-point game and 12 minutes left to play. Not impossible, but you got your work cut out for you.
Most definitely. Taking care of some track work. Meanwhile, we have the timeout being called by Mob City. Probably right there trying to make sure they replenish the energy of these young skaters.
98-point game. I apologize.
I wasn't going to say anything. I did actually pick it up, but I was going to let you run with it.
I think they added 2 points while I wasn't looking. I think I was only counting the Grand Slam. So 7 points picked up by Mob City. That last set of whistles, 187 to 89.
All right, we got 12:07 counting down. Final game today of the open bracket.
We're on a Mob City timeout. By the way, the pack is jockeying around between the pivot line and the jammer line. You'd hardly know that the jam hasn't started yet.
Yeah, it looks like River City choosing to set up front and stay in front.
8:16 is the jammer on the green team. That is Mousetrap. Skull Crusher jamming for River City. And Mousetrap just muscles his way through for lead jammer.
Yeah, Skull Crusher takes the star off. Looks like the star had been passed. We'll wait and find out. There's a high block being called. Looks like the star pass will remain. So going to sit down. Power jam going to Mob City.
Yeah, as the star, as the jammer, High Ruler sitting on a high block.
Yeah, so as you said, those jammer penalties are starting to become more and more costly as the games come down. They, I think, have been the difference here in the second half. Mob City picking up more jammer penalties, River City picking up more jammer penalties as Mob City has been a little cleaner from the jammer side. Oh, nasty little hit in the middle sends down Mousetrap, but quickly back up.
Another 5-point pass, total of 15. That's the high jam for, no, it's not. Never mind. That would have been the high jam for River City, but it is not the high jam for Mob City.
Yeah, and a call off on one toe stop on the outside. That is 4 more points there for Mob City. Coming over the 200 barrier, 206.
Ties the high jam of the game.
All right, with 10 minutes and counting down here, Mob City asserting their dominance. Hey, little handshake there back behind the line between Toe Jammer and Alligator. All right, right now Mob City choosing to set up in front, now squishing back into those River City blockers, and we have an official timeout.
Well, there was very little stoppage of play in the first half. There has been considerably more stoppage of play in the second half.
Yes, it has. Timeouts being called by both teams. We had official review already used in the second half, and several official timeouts, make sure to get everything scored correctly and tracked correctly.
Fortunately, no games after this, so we don't have to be mindful of the next game starting on time. We can go overtime if we feel like it.
Hey, if you can figure out how to get us there, I am down. I have no problem. River City can put a monumental comeback together. I am all for it.
117-point jam. Set some records.
Well, let's give them at least 2 jams to pull it off. All right, now I want to thank our skating officials, non-skating officials, all the volunteers all weekend, JRDA and Philly Roller Derby. It's been great being here. They've been taking care of everybody. I've heard the fans all day having fun, cheering on their teams, and so many smiles on all these skaters' faces.
Yeah. And parents' faces as well. All the spectators.
Unfortunately, most of the time when we're calling bouts, I can only see them on the track, but I'm sure they are beaming with pride because they put so much effort in to get these players to practice, to help them get ready for these games. You know everybody's beaming with pride, seeing their junior skater out there tearing it up and making a name for himself at the highest level there is in junior roller derby.
So you were saying we could have a 2-jammer to get 117 points. Well, we've got Toe Jammer out there on the line, but they're skating for Mob City. So if they get 117 points, that's just going to salt it.
Abby Nater out there.
Not a lot of jams for Abinator. Direction of play is the penalty on the purple skater that's leaving. Lead jam goes to Toe Jammer.
I also was told by the coaching staff you can go by Abby Normal, too.
Abby something.
I assume that must be something with the team, but I said I'll bring it up. But Abby Nater right now.
Mel Brooks.
Oh, there we go. Now we have the pivot being sent off.
There's not going to be any room. Pivot's going to have to skate around. Oh, no, there was a seat open in between the jammer and the other blocker. So only 2 skaters on the track right now for River City.
Yes, we have 2 blockers and the jammer in the box right now for River City, making it a little tough.
Here comes the cavalry.
Yeah, I missed what the penalty was that sent Abby Nader to the penalty box, but either way, the crime was committed. Got to pay the time. A little confusion out there as Big Ugly was reporting back.
We got a helmet cover there has been recovered. The helmet recovery was in turn 2. 2 points. Oh, 20 points is the highest jam of the game.
All right, right now it looked like we had plenty of skaters released from the penalty box. It is empty again. Glad to see that. River City has Big Ugly out there, who was early on pivot extraordinaire, taking star passes, now getting into the jammer rotation here in the second half, taking on Bruno Scars. Oh, great juke to the outside and then hops up around and gets free. Big Ugly showing the jam and chops. So they have the pivot reporting to the penalty box for River City. Yeah, Big Ugly had something to say to the referees, and it looks like we got Hader reporting to the box with a high block.
Back block is the call, and River City losing one skater. That's a little ugly. $226-99. 10-point jam by River City puts them 1 point shy of the century mark. Pair nines, pair of deuces, and a 6 on the board. Timeout, River City. 7 minutes and 49 seconds left to play in the game.
Yes, I can say there might have been some interruptions in the action. Lots of timeouts. You make sure to get them used. But then again, right now, River City just trying to see what they can do to put points on the board, stay close. Understand they're going to be playing again, but you also want to try to protect that ranking. You don't want to give up a big game. But this is not what we expected. The number 5 seed now clearly pulling ahead of the number 4 seed, so they had something to prove. I'm intrigued to see them play tomorrow because they got to be gaining more confidence being able to get the upset today. Now they have a tall order picking up Diamond City tomorrow.
Looking at the stats, River City had entered this year with a 6-2 record. Their only 2 losses to Diamond City.
And actually, if you look at those losses, 216 to 162, 244 to 118. So the first game was a bigger loss, and they got a little better to second. I don't know. As the year goes on, they might want to keep cranking up a little bit, make them start sweating. Don't want to let anything easy go on as you're going through that winner's bracket.
And those were on the same day. Those were all on January 14th. Those 2 losses to Diamond City. That's a tough day.
That is a tough day because it also was followed on the same day by the Sirens of Savannah, which they were able to pull out the win. But that's 3 games. You got to go double down against Diamond City. Whew. They must have been some tired skaters at the end of the day.
Let's see what we can cull from Mob City. Let's see. In 2018, they have beat Philly, Rose City, the Cherry Bomb Brawlers, the California Mayhem, the Emerald City Junior Derby All-Stars, and the Southside Revolution Rebels. And they've all been fairly handy victories. Really, Philly, the closest probably was the game against the Philly Juniors, which was a 68-point victory. But we're looking at 343-95 against the California Mayhem. This is Mob City squad winning and winning big.
Well, one thing Mob City has done is they finished last year in the 7th place. Now they're going to jump into the winner's bracket and be part of the Final 4. So win or lose, they're still going to get a shot to really, improve their positioning from last year, which is great to see. I mean, that is just awesome. So they'll have a chance to play for 3rd or 4th if they lose to Diamond City, or they could force Diamond City to get to that 3-4 game. Yeah. So either way, they're looking to improve their ranking, improve their position, and put a name for themselves in the open division of JRDA.
They can finish no lower than 4th. And the flip side of that coin is that River City is going to lose position. They came in the number 4 seed, and if they lose this game, which appears extremely likely, they can finish no higher than 5th. So they will drop at least 1 spot in the rankings.
Well, last year they finished 8th overall, so they still have a chance to have a pretty good showing. They'll get kicked out of this game, but then they'll have a chance to fight to get higher in the seeding. Could get up to 5th, like you said, 5th or 6th. So that's a good thing to see. Both teams aspiring to get better and improving when it actually comes down to these big tournaments. But also you'll figure out you had a couple teams play twice today. Tomorrow is when you're going to see the teams really see how that endurance is pulling out. Now, the winners, obviously, they only played once. Now we're waiting to see the teams that had to play twice. They're going to get into the consolation bracket and to see how they feel in the morning. Now, granted, usually we talk about the skaters feeling all the bumps and bruises from day one. Now, I've seen so far JRDA, they don't seem to have that problem as often as the senior skaters do.
My father used to say, kids are made of rubber.
Well, if they're not, they definitely have boundless energy, which I'm glad to see. And the exuberance they've shown all day has really meant something.
Still showing as a team timeout, a 4-minute and 30-second team timeout for River City. That's got to set a record. River City is out of timeouts.
Well, it looks like we have Admiral Mayhem over at the desk talking to people, so it looks like it might have switched to an official, but we're looking at Professional Murder, who's out there not making a signal one way or the other. Not questioning him, just saying we're not sure if it switched to official. Up, there he goes. He's putting the guns up. It is an official timeout now.
Oh, we've had a scoreboard adjustment. One finger just being waggled by a ref.
What I did see is it looked like Little Ugly was sitting in the penalty box, no longer sitting there. I see somebody's replacing him in the penalty box.
Number 1987, Evelyn sitting for Little Ugly.
Little Ugly might not be returning to the game. Either way, great effort by both of these teams. We're looking to see this game finish well and clean at that. Big Ugly with a knockout, dragging back turbocharged.
Great hit by Big Ugly.
Rinse and repeat. Big Ugly controlling the outside line.
Avenging his brother.
Well, lead jammer going to turbocharged. If first time you don't succeed, try again. Third time is the charm.
So Riot versus Mob here in this matchup. The River City Riot and the Mob City Misfits. All kinds of mayhem. Low block is the call. It's going to be a power jam for Turbocharged, and Mob City has Abinator to the penalty box on the low block.
Oh, way to get the feet out of the way. I was afraid of making contact in the air. He pulled the feet in, got him back out in front, turbocharged.
All 5 points, 2 5-point passes, puts Mob City at 236. River City still sitting there at 99.
All right, B. Moy out there to jam. I think I've only seen them about once so far. They're going to jam and try to get that 100-point barrier broken. So right now we have Jammer in the box for River City. Great opportunity for Mob City.
Abinator sitting in the penalty box for River City.
I apologize. I was talking about a 100-point mark. That is only River City. That cannot be achieved by B. Moore on the Mob City squad. I am incorrect, and now B. Moore are going to sit set down for a forearm call. Now, lead jammer wasn't attained, so Abinator getting released from the box now has a chance to get lead jammer and then push us over that century mark.
So, and Moy will have to sit for the full 30 seconds because Abinator left the penalty box before Moy sat down.
Interesting. Chose to take the star off. So no lead jammer going to happen now. That's 77-77. High roller getting free from the pack.
New jammer.
High roller coming around, looking to get the scoring done. There you go. Picks up that pass. Looks like 5 points, brings them over the century mark.
B. Moy put her hands up over her hips as if to call it and recalled that, oh yeah, I just came from the penalty box. I can't be lead jammer anymore.
I think that was maybe a symbol like defense or offense. Go help me out.
Raise the roof, raise the roof. Hey, hallelujah.
Help a jammer out here. Give me some love. But quickly through, so whatever it was worked. Now B. Moy quick three around one more time for a scoring pass for 4. High roller matching the 4 points.
Mob City losing its pivot.
We had a skater go down. Luckily, we see him get back up. Little rough skate going across the track. I think one of the skaters for River City, but able to get back up.
Track cut called on high roller.
B. Moy now picking up space, coming in. Oh, little skip through the inside. Slides down here into turn 4.
Penalty coming in. They're going to talk it over. There may be a penalty coming in.
Or they might be checking the points because just as the jam was called off, it looks like we have a skater in there talking to the refs. Look, coach coming in. It looks like pointing to the chin, may have had hit a high block or something happen, but
score showing right now as 14 points for River City on that and 11 for Mob City. So a 4, 4, and a 3 makes 11.
All right, so it looks like there were points scored on that last apex jump by B. Moy.
Yeah.
So 113 now by River City. 2:47, 4:04 to go here in the final game of the day in the open bracket.
4 minutes and 4 seconds on the clock.
With the referees having a discussion, official timeout in the middle.
River City's rankings have been fairly consistent throughout the year. They have been 8th, then 9th, then back to 8th, then up to 7th, and then they moved into 5th in April and have stayed in the number 5 spot since the April 18th rankings.
Well, I mean, this showing getting into this game and the way they're coming in as a 5th seed, the next game is going to show really what happens. Unfortunately, they wish this game was a little closer, but you know, who knows if they can have a nice, good game tomorrow, they can stay around that same ranking despite taking the loss today to the lower seeded Mob City, since that's the number 5 seed taken down to number 4.
Mob City, a similar situation. They started off the season ranked number 7th, moved down to 8th, back up to 7th, down to 8th, back to 7th, and then up to 6th where they currently are. That was in the June 18th rankings that Mob City moved up to the number 6 spot.
And it's, like I said, the final game of today. Don't forget, Open Division Bracket is going to start back up tomorrow at 9 a.m. Stay tuned. Check us out on WFTTA TV. We are back to the action. We have a new jammer out there for the Mob City.
How about that?
That's Miss Amerikill.
Direction of play, penalty called on Lexi.
1 jam, 1 lead jammer status. Miss Amerikill.
1 for 1, 24/7, getting it done.
100%. Oh, great job with the seal on the outside.
Oh.
That was the pivot. Oh, Miss Amerikill being smart, resetting, not taking a chance of getting that cut track call.
Mob City loses a blocker to the penalty box.
That was Toe Jammer who actually had that great seal on the outside that got Miss Amerikill free, but Miss Amerikill went out of bounds. Now still fighting through the pack. Initial pass has been achieved there by High Roller. I'm sure at the rate we're going, Mob City has no problem letting the clock roll, trying to roll down to the end. 3 minutes to go here in the game. Miss Amerikill persisting, taking a couple tough knocks there. And who was on the inside? Nothing more than Raven Fritsch with another knockoff. Very solid game defensively, controlling the outsides of the track.
Got a track cut coming in on the on Miss Amerikill, so she's going to lose her lead jammer status. This jam will go the full 2 minutes or another 40 seconds. Take us down to the 2-minute warning.
And well, High Roller choosing to go to the outside. Met on the outside by number 14, McKillia. Looks like Star comes off the helmet.
Yeah, it's been passed.
Yep, that's Big Ugly taking the Star, but we may have some confusion. Not sure who's doing what. We got the original jammer reporting to the penalty box. Confusion on the outside. I'm not sure where the
Jam ref is pointing to the helmet as if indicating make this skater serve the penalty as the jammer.
Oh, you know, I couldn't see the helmet cover was out there on turn 2 and still laying there on the line.
It was past the Big Ugly. I think Big Ugly dropped it.
He did, but everybody was just kind of standing around looking around. I wasn't sure where it was. It was already on the ground.
There you go.
So now they're bringing it, delivering it, unfortunately, to the penalty box.
Room service. She can't go in. She's going to have to throw it. Oh, she went in the penalty box.
Well,
No harm, no foul.
There was no ill intent, and they were returning the Star.
They're trailing by 120.
All right, Hater bringing the hate, getting lead jammer very quickly.
Hader and High Roller are H, starting with H, ending with R pair.
All right, staying out in front is River City. Hater coming up. Oh, darts in.
Wow.
Oh, comes in hard and gets stood up strong. That was beautiful work by Havoc. Havoc Creeper taking a hit and then delivering even more. Oh, staying in, but only able for so long. Hater eventually spun out. Hadertran turns around and looks. We got 40 seconds going in the period clock. Oh, taking 3 hits, but getting free. High roller. Continues to roll around the outside here, getting a scoring pass for 5 points. Right now, Hayter still continuing. That clock winding down. 19 seconds and going down. Calling it off now.
Curious call off. Could have killed the game. Could have ended the game right there.
Well, we'll see if River City does call for the timeout.
We have an official timeout being indicated.
No, that is a timeout being called by River City. See, Admiral Mayhem in the middle.
The jam ref for the green team did the official timeout first.
You're right. I just happened to see the Admiral Mayhem actually pointed, gave the timeout, awarded it to River City. We can see it blinking on our screen now.
Hooray.
There are people who know what they're doing and tracking things properly.
125-point lead for Mob City.
Quick math being done by Bobby Narco. 132 for River City. Glad to see, they're still scoring points and seeing them continue to get into it, because tomorrow they're going to be back at the action earlier at 11 a.m. So we'll see. They're going to have to get a good night's sleep. One of the interesting things you always find out about tournament, you always have that one team that has to wait to the very end of the day to play. You have that anxiety throughout the day saying, oh, I'm ready to play, and then realize, oh, I still have 6 hours.
Yep.
I'm ready to play, I still have 4 hours.
Oh, I should go get loose. Oh, now I'm tight again.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see, but it's just that just handling the anxiousness. It looks like the coaches on both teams have done a good job. It looks like they're ready to play now. Once you get that first jam or two underneath your belt, got to feel better. Hey, starting to jam, we actually have Big Ugly out there, not taking the star pass, actually starting to jam.
And Bruno Scars. So both of them have jammed before, but not a lot.
Big Ugly using them big steps, but finding a hole in the inside.
Oh, gets a track cut. Bruno thought she had.
Tried to call it off as the game clock expired. Now both jammers reporting to the penalty box. Well, we're going to go full 2 minutes.
Full 2 minutes. Extra derby. It wasn't quite overtime, but it's added time.
It is added time. 1.5 minutes still to go. Now released from the box. We got Bruno Scars. And taking off is River City.
It is a race.
And they all wipe out over at the pivot line.
Jenga on the pivot line.
Technically, that's not a bad idea, because then you're not in play, so you can't get called for a penalty, as they all took a knee. It looked like, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but if it was, wise strategy. I'll give that up to good coaching.
Either way, you're destroying the pack. If you're too far in front, or if you're taking a knee, you're still destroying the pack.
It is indeed, but
no call stands. Helmet cover off.
Turbocharge has it tucked away in the hand, knocked to the outside, and then glides around the outside. That is an initial pass for Mob City. 40 seconds and counting down.
Track cut called on the River City pivot.
That looks like that's Havoc Creeper. So as Big Ugly comes back, he passes the pivot on the way in. That's never got to be a good feeling as you're a jammer.
Turns around briefly, maybe with a thought of checking the other jammer back into the pack.
Well, Big Ugly coming around as well as Turbocharge. Turbocharge has a hole open on the outside and then turns around.
Turbocharge doing the same thing. Do I stick around? Do I help play defense?
Counting down.
That's
5.
Exactly what's going to happen.
4, 3. And there we have it, running the maximum amount of time possible, it seemed like. Great effort by both of these teams. Number 5 taking on number 4. Number 5 pulling out the win. Mob City came to play this weekend.
Almost exactly a 2-1 margin. If River City had 1 point fewer, it would be a true 2-1 margin. 270 to 136. Your unofficial final.
Most definitely. Now, the Mob City defense seemed to get very organized. You saw a lot of skaters on the outside. I saw a lot of good work there by Raven Fritsch. We had Fist Fight out there doing a great job. McKillia as well. Got to love that defense, and hopefully that will carry them into the next game, get them some momentum, because they got a big task. Diamond City sitting in wait. They're returning champs.
River City doubled their score in the second half, but Mob City nearly tripled their score in the second half. Mob City putting on 171 points in the second half. River City putting on 69.
Well, that's one thing to be said. That's either showing good endurance or just good focus where they could actually turn around and stay ahead and actually then expand that lead.
Right. So they have moved on. They will be skating for the semifinal against the Diamond City Minions at 1 o'clock tomorrow right here on this track.
Yes, and then at 11 a.m., we are going to have River City taking on California. So stay tuned to both those teams and all your favorite JRDA action, because tomorrow we'll be starting back here at 9 a.m. for the Open Division. Please stay tuned. I've been Tom Foolery.
I'm still Bobby Narco. Our excellent producer was George Carnage. We will see you around the Derbs.